What is going on, guys? Vlog number 3 now. We're being consistent and we're getting shit done. Now, today is actually Oscar Sunday. The Oscars are later tonight. DiCaprio is going to be winning his first Oscar tonight, which I cannot freaking wait to see. And United have just beaten Arsenal. It's a damn good Sunday. Now, I'm actually heading to the cinema in a little bit, which is why I'm making this vlog right now. It's come to that point in the year where we're about 8 weeks in now, or 2 months, where anybody who was on a health kick might be feeling the pressure. I was actually speaking to one girl on Twitter last week who was telling me that she'd been on a health kick since the beginning of January, and we're at that point in time now where she said that she was dying to go out and dig into a big Chinese. She was finding it very difficult to go out to places like the cinema and still be good because the amount of temptations put in front of you. Well, like I said, I'm heading to the cinema in just a little bit, so I want to show you guys what I'm bringing with me to prove that you can still go out, have the crack, and be good. Now, I have never been a popcorn at the cinema type of guy. It's just not my thing. Now, if it is your thing, if you love cinema popcorn, by all means, fire away. You know, you shouldn't deny yourself. Treats once every so often are important because they do keep you on track and they stop you from kind of going crazy. But yeah, I actually worked in a cinema a couple of years ago. I saw the salty, buttery yellow concoction that they mix in with the seeds, and it turned me off. Like, I wasn't a big fan of it beforehand, but that kind of put the final nail in the coffin. So I'm not a fan of cinema popcorn, but by all means, if it's your thing, far away. Personally, I'd kind of recommend going with the Manhattan brand popcorn. I think it's a lot healthier and a lot cheaper, but that's just a suggestion anyway. I might actually ask down in the cinema if they have any nutritional information on the popcorn. I don't remember there being anything there while I was working. It's not a question I ever got asked, but hey, I suppose it doesn't hurt to ask. We'll see what they say. Very odd question to ask. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys a couple of options that you could possibly bring with you as well. So first off, I guess you could call it is my alternative to popcorn, and that is rice cakes, dark chocolate rice cakes. Now, I was going to suggest, if you guys saw my second vlog, you would have seen the protein crisps. I was going to suggest something like that, but at the end of the day, you want something that is, you know, of a decent price, is relatively accessible, and the protein crisps are not. You cannot be ordering food every time you're going to the cinema. You cannot be waiting on something to come in the post. It's not doable. So rice cakes are a major thing that I would recommend. It's keeping it healthy. It's not expensive at all. I will probably be bringing 2 of those with me, and I just love the dark chocolate topping as well. Next up is 70% dark chocolate. This particular one is the Butler's brand. Now, the thing about dark chocolate is, if you don't understand the whole percentage thing around it, the higher the percentage the chocolate is, the more cocoa solids is in the chocolate. So you have 70%, 85%, and 90%. I tried the 85% over the Christmas, and I found it a little bit too bitter. I just did not enjoy the bar whatsoever, and it's important that you enjoy your food as much as possible. But yeah, 85% wasn't for me, so I'm going to stick with the 70%. As I say, I'll probably be bringing 2 squares of this, not 2 squares, I'll probably have 2 squares of this, but I will bring the bar with me. But yeah, 70%, it's the healthiest possible chocolate you can buy. As I say, 70% of the bar is cocoa solids, and the rest is made up of your sugar and your cocoa butter, if you can see. So yeah, if you guys see there, it contains an absolute minimum of 70% cacao solids. So yeah, as I said, the higher the percentage of the bar is, the better it is for you. And as you can see, the rest is sugar and cacao butter. So yeah, the 70% is my personal favorite. If the 85% or the 90%, if that's what you're into, fire away. It's just, as I say, I just can't handle the taste. It's a bit too much, but they are better for you the higher the percentage. So yeah, by all means, fire away. 7% is my favorite. I'll be sticking with that one. And then next, of course, is where our little bit of protein comes in. I'm bringing a chocolate brownie Quest bar with me as well. You all know the story with these. I think there's about 20 grams of protein per bar. Again, the Quest bars aren't the most accessible thing in the world, but what I like to do is, there's a place in town called Pogue Froyo, where at the time I was able to get a box of 12 for €25. I keep them here. in the house, and anytime I'm either going out to the cinema or anytime, if I'm out of the house for a long period of time and I might not have the best access to food, I might throw one of those in the bag. So yeah, that's throwing a little bit of protein into your cinema snacks. So yeah, that's my lot right there. I'm going to be taking, as I say, 2 rice cakes from that. I'm going to be bringing the dark chocolate bar with me, and I will throw the Quest bar all into this handy little lunch bag, and I'll be bringing that with me down to the cinema. Now, guys, the important thing about when you're making choices regarding food is just to be as make the best choices you can and be as consistent as possible. I have brought the strangest shit to the cinema you could possibly imagine. I brought in yogurts with disposable spoons. I have brought in, I've used those lunch bags and brought in little portions of fruit, be it blueberries or, if you're talking about a banana or something. I've even brought in a smoked salmon bagel. At the time, I had been out of the house all day. I was going to catch a late movie, so I wanted to grab the healthiest food item I could. And at the time, that was a smoked salmon bagel. The weirdest stuff. But as I say, it's all about making the best choices. So, no matter where you're going, whether you're out for a meal, whether you are going to the cinema, whatever you're doing, you can always do food prep. You can always control what you're bringing with you. It just takes a little bit of thinking ahead of time. And as I say, sound like a broken record here, but making smart choices. So that's, as I say, that's my lot, what I'm bringing with me now as I head off. Also, if anyone's wondering what I am doing drink wise, I'm going to be taking my gym beaker, filling it full of water, and bringing down that, and then I will be grabbing a coffee in Starbucks as well. Starbucks, in case anyone's curious, they always use low-fat milk in their coffee, and I will be grabbing a decaf one as well because it'll be about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and I don't want to be buzzing too much at 5 in the morning. I'm already going to be buzzing when Leo wins. So yeah, that is my lot for the cinema. I'm going to ask about the popcorn, the cinema popcorn, see if we can get anything out of that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the cinema next. Hey guys, so I'm just in the cinema at the moment. I'm just after asking the girl at the till the details about the nutritional information for the popcorn, and they don't seem to have it, which is a real shame. I wanted to compare the cinema popcorn with the Manhattan popcorn, but all they have is this like big detailed guidebook about how you like cook it and stuff. Well, which is a shame. I wanted to see how they match up, but I think it's safe to say the Manhattan popcorn is the cheaper, unhealthier option. So yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask, but unfortunately, no luck on this occasion. It's about to happen.
And the Oscar goes to Leonardo.
Yes, got it. Wow.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's finally happened. You absolute legend. Guys, just to give you a little bit of context about that, because I'm sure that may have seemed a little bit random, I'm actually enacting myself, and Leo is the reason I wanted to become an actor. He's my absolute favourite actor of all time. He is my idol, and to see him finally get his Oscar after that, The Revenant is his 5th nomination. He was nominated for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Blood Diamond, The Aviator, and The Wolf of Wall Street as well. So to see him finally get his Oscar after all this time is just, it's so amazing. I know a lot of you will probably know him from going as far back as Titanic in '97 and The Beach in 2000, but I mean, he's had amazing roles going back to '93 with What's Eating Gilbert Grape and This Boy's Life, and even before then he'd smaller roles as well, before he kind of came into the public notice. But I mean, just to see your idol win an Oscar after all this time, it's just so freaking amazing. I can't even articulate it right now. I'm so over the moon from. But yeah, if you do think this is a bit random, I mean, if that's not motivation, if that's not inspiration, I don't know what is. But yeah, oh god, I'm just so happy for him right now. But yeah, DiCaprio, finally an Oscar winner, gets in. Wow. So guys, I just wanted to include a quick few highlights from my leg session on this particular day. My brother Ben Kennedy, who's a PT, currently has me on this strength-based program with bodybuilding assistance work that he designed. This is my final set of 3 at 75 kg for 6 reps, and my max at the moment is 85 kg for 5 reps. I have to give a very quick shout out to an old neighbour of mine, Jody Crosby. I saw Jody doing pistol squats in Raw just a couple of weeks ago. I was absolutely amazed by the look of them. Jody showed me the basics of how you do them, so yeah, he's the reason I'm able to bang these out. And to finish off this leg session, I wanted to try some weighted pistol squats for the very first time. So I grabbed a 20 kg dumbbell and put it on my shoulder. I was aiming for 5 reps but could only make 4, but I'm still pretty happy with that because they were insanely difficult.
Alright guys, that is a wrap on number 3. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. I've been Shane Kennedy. This stud behind the camera is Jay Farrell. Thank you very much again, Jay. Yeah, I've actually gained weight since the last time. I've gone up a kilogram and a half. I was at 59 kg and now I'm at 60.5 kg. So yeah, it's only a little bit, but we're here. We're clinching it done. That's all that matters. Thank you guys so much for watching until vlog number 4. Have yourself a bloody good one.